Yay! Finally went live. Good morning, everybody. We're just here at the campsite. I couldn't go live through the app. I had to do the browser and all of that. But right now, Nigma Paranormal is chilling. We're kind of going over some of the photos that we took last night. My dad's talking to my mom about everything that we had learned. We're just relaxing a bit today, thinking about maybe going swimming. We can go to the history museum out here, and that's a really good show. Uh, I was listening to some EVPs that we were capturing. I think I have to go to number 12, I believe. The Devil's Den. Um, you will hear me speak about how we're there to communicate with the soldiers and things, and listen to see if you hear what it says. To the spirits here of Gettysburg, we are here to see if we can communicate with you. This device in my hand allows you to speak into it. And soldiers or Confederate. So we to the spirits here of Gettysburg, we are here to see if we can communicate with you. This device in my hand allows you to speak into it. To the spirits here of Gettysburg, we are here to see if we can communicate with you. This device in my hand allows you to speak into it. And that was one of the only EVPs that I think that we have captured so far. I did listen to some of the other ones and stuff. Um, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Like I said, we are making breakfast right now. I have to set the phone down real quick so I can. I have to get the plate ready for the bacon. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for joining the live. I'm so excited that I can actually use my phone to go live. Even though I can't use the mobile app, I had to go on to my web browser on my phone. So I'm glad it works. I'm glad that there's something. So, yes, like I said, went through some things. We're in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania right now. And we are doing a little bit of investigations and stuff. We didn't get to do a full, complete investigation, solo or private right now. We have to call ahead of time and schedule that, and we didn't really know that until we got here. So it was kind of like a last minute planned trip. But it's been really, really cool so far. I met some really great people. And I'm really thankful for all of them that have subscribed and stuff. That was absolutely amazing. I'm going to set this bacon down over here so I can start making the eggs. Oh, alrighty. Can you guys hear me okay? Feel free to comment. Hello, Calvin. Thank you for joining the live. I gotta turn the heat down on this stove. I'm gonna get rid of some of this bacon grease into this pan over here. Same way I did yesterday. Ooh, don't let that. What kind of breakfast do you guys all like? Oh, sure. Right now we're having breakfast. And like I said, we didn't know that we had to plan ahead of time for the investigations to be a private investigation, but we did go on a well, not a private tour, but we did go on a tour of the Jenny Wade house and the orphanage, and those were both really cool. And it's actually really awesome. The tour guide that we had was someone that we watched recently. In if you guys go to Amy's Crypt with Amy and Jared, they're they were here last year. And they finally just released their Gettysburg video. Sam and Colby have also released theirs, so if you guys want to check them out too. Um, aw, I don't know how that works yet on here. Still really new to all of this, Calvin. We really appreciate that though. Honestly, I don't know how any of this really works. Um, Definitely gonna keep turning this heat down a little bit. But yeah, uh, like I was saying, we went to these two different locations. We were allowed to take photos, but we weren't allowed to film because it wasn't like a scheduled private investigation or anything like that. So we're gonna do that in a couple of weeks. Whenever we get a chance to build up some money and come back out here, because my mom was the one that had the money, but I'm the one with the camping membership. So it's all really really cool. We're planning on possibly going to some of the museums and stuff today. I'm not sure if we're allowed to film in there or do anything, but that's what we're gonna do. We've had some interesting things happen and stuff. Oh, definitely. It definitely does. Where are you watching from since you said America has a SHIT done a mystery? Because it really does. Especially in Ohio, where we originally live is in Ohio, and there are a lot of things about Ohio that are very haunted. There's one location in Ohio that we're really, really desperately trying to investigate, and we're hoping that the board will allow us to investigate there. It's called the Haynes House, and it's part of the Underground Railroad. So we definitely would love to be able to go there. We did a little bit of a mock investigation. We weren't allowed to film. We're having that issue a lot lately. We're not allowed to film, but we are allowed to do a little bit of an investigation and check things out. Heck yeah. TX is Texas, correct? I want to make sure I get that right. I learned a little bit from the Animaniacs, but still. um, but yeah, right now we're just relaxing. And I'm sorry if I don't get to see your guys' comments that well. I'm on a really tiny screen. So, um, but yeah, we are planning on trying to look at all of our videos and things that we did, or pictures and things that we did take. And we're gonna try to make a video of those and post them on here for you guys to see everything and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, plastic, or not plastic, it's styrofoam bowl. My dad is explaining and showing some of the evidence to my mom right now of when we went to the covered bridge here in Gettysburg. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I know it starts with an S. Um, and I don't want to butcher that, but it was really cool. Um, we got some stuff that was going on, and my dad took out the SLS camera, the Ghost Tube SLS, and as we were on the bridge, I had my hand out to see if any of the spirits would like to talk and try to do some EVPs. And for some reason, just out of nowhere, my arm, this right arm, literally hurt from all the way up here, all the way down to my elbow. And it felt like my arm was being like pulled out of socket or something, or being twisted. And it just, that was the first time I think I've ever had that type of experience with any type of paranormal stuff, was actually having something um, cause me a little bit of harm, because it did hurt. I don't know what it was, but it did hurt. Um, and I think the spirit's name was Elijah or Elijah, however some people say that, Elijah or Elijah. But there was also a little girl who said she likes to sing, you know. But yeah, I was standing there, and as I was standing there, I was like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow!" And I had to completely stop with my recorder and all of that stuff because it was ridiculous. I've never felt that before. It's very interesting, but also very ouchy. Was not fun. But it was cool to get that type of evidence and actually have an experience, though. So that was very cool. Um, Teeny bit of salt. Don't want too much because gotta deal with some diabetic folks here. Whisking with a spoon. Okay, guys. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I'm trying. Um, but yeah, definitely thank you guys so much for being here in the live stream. What the? Oh, I was like, "What the fork is that?" And I heard a noise of like some squealing. It's a couple of squirrels kind of chasing each other and playing. So yeah. But yeah, we're at a really nice campground, and I'm really grateful for this membership and stuff. It's amazing. If any of you guys want to travel and camp and do things, I highly recommend going with Travel Resorts of America. That's who I go through right now, and it's not that expensive every month, and you can either have 3 places to go or 5 as your like home base places and stuff. It's really super cool. I'm just grateful to be out here and be able to try to give you guys some ghost evidence and stuff. But it was really interesting because some of the stuff that I learned last night about the Jenny Wade house, and sorry if I jump around a lot. I have ADD, not ADHD because I'm not hyperactive, but I do have ADD and a bit of autism. So um, if I jump around from story to story, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to, but anyways, it's super cool because the Jenny Wade house actually wasn't her house. It was her sister's house, her sister Georgia. And her sister Georgia was having a baby named Lewis. And she had the baby in the house. And the battle started happening. And actually, in Jenny Wade's actual house, it didn't have any bullets or anything. And the house that they called the Jenny Wade house now, which was her sister's house, actually is riddled with 150 some odd bullet holes. And it's very interesting. It also, we heard a story that the bullet hole that actually uh, went through the door, it pierced her heart, and she had passed away before she even hit the ground. So that is very, very sad to hear. And the kids were hiding underneath the bed in the parlor room while all the bullets and things were flying everywhere past them, whizzing past their heads and stuff. It was a very dangerous situation. But if Jenny Wade would have actually stayed at her own home, she probably would not have died. Um, and we also found out that I'm pretty sure his name is John Wade, the dad of Jenny Wade. She um, passed away, and he was more like a petty thief, kind of bad guy type person. Um, Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm so sorry. Like I said, it's hard to see the comments because it's so small on the screen. But definitely thank you so much. But again, John Wade was a petty thief, kind of not that great of a guy. Is what we were told, and he kind of also went a bit cuckoo. And he was a very big, heavy drinker. And like I said, since he was a thief and stuff, he stole like $300. And back then, that was really a lot of money. And I guess he spent $40 of it drinking. And so that was like a lot back then. And sorry, guys, I'm turning the stuff off. These eggs look beautiful. You got to see them. Look at them eggs. They're so pretty. Anyways, again, about the house. Jenny Wade's dad was a bit of a cuckoo crazy thief and stuff. And so the wife decided to put him in a mental institution, and they would go and visit him. Georgia would go and visit and things like that. And he would always ask, "Where's my Jenny? Why didn't she come over and see me?" and stuff like that. And they kept trying to let him know that she was gone. And he didn't really realize that she was gone until he himself met his own demise. That was what was told to us. So um, that was pretty interesting. There's also a story of their beds. And we kind of learned where we get the phrases of tying the knot, hitting the hay, and bed bugs. So the reason why it's called tying the knot in the bed is because that's what they had for their box spring. They didn't really have a box spring. It was just ropes tied on the bed frame for the hay mattress to sit there. And on the headboard, there's like a rolling pin where you would hit the hay bed, and that's where you get hitting the hay from. And then what the reason why they were hitting the hay and stuff like that was to help get the bed bugs and stuff out. They would have oil and stuff under the bed to kind of help drown the bed bugs and stuff like that. So I thought that was really interesting learning that. That was really cool. I've never understood why we have these sayings, but that's super cool. But yeah, um, that was super awesome. And what else can I tell you guys about this stuff? The orphanage was a pretty interesting place as well. The orphanage was a place where the children and stuff ended up going after the war. Wait, one more thing about the Jenny Wade house that I really wanted to say. There have been people that have gotten married and stuff there in the actual house. And there's a story about if you're a young woman who's not married, you're single and stuff, you could take your ring finger and you actually put it in the bullet hole of the door. And a little bit after that, you're going to end up married. And I think that's really interesting of a story for that to happen. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That was the one thing I wanted to also say. But I will finish talking to you guys here soon. I am actually going to get this breakfast going and stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. Here's Nigma, Dad. I'm doing a live stream and I was talking to people and stuff. We got a new subscriber, and Calvin said that he would send money, and I don't know how all that works and stuff yet. I'm still trying to figure all of that out, and I know we still need 1,000 subscribers, I think, to be able to start being monetized and earn money from everything. Like I said, I don't know how to set all that up, but I was explaining to them a little bit about some of the stuff that we had learned about the Jenny Wade house. And I was about to talk a little bit about the orphanage, but I figured we might as well kind of end this right here so that way we can eat our breakfast and stuff like that. But I just wanted to let them know and stuff about the bed bugs, the rolling pin, hitting the hay and tying the knot. I thought that was super cool.
Something about the hole?
Yeah,
The
where you
wall? Yeah.
wait, what the hole in the wall?
About marriage.
Oh yeah, where I didn't know if it was the wall or the door.
No, it's a hole in the wall.
Oh, okay. I don't remember exactly, but I know that you put your ring finger in the hole and then you end up getting married. So that was really cool. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining our live stream. It's been amazing talking to you guys. We are definitely going to try our best to get more content, stuff like that for in the future. Thank you guys for subscribing. Please like, share, and comment. You know, the more we grow and stuff, the better everything's gonna be, and it's amazing. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you very much
for all the support and the subscribing and things like that. It really means a lot to us, and we hope you guys all have a wonderful spooky day. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your guys' breakfasts and coffee and things like that. Whatever you guys do. And just have a great day. And we will try our best to get more stuff and content coming out. Like I said, we have to plan a little bit better to get a private tour and be able to go around and do our own thing. So, and also, like I said, check out Jamie. I mean, not Jamie, Jared and Amy on Amy's Crypt. I think I just kind of mixed their names together. But anyways, check them out. Check out Jasco's YouTube, CJ Faison, Chris Bayard. Check out all of those guys and stuff too, because we're all YouTubers, and Twin Paranormal. We're all doing what we can, and like I said, Sam and Colby and all them, they have their videos that they just released, and there's other people that are going to be releasing videos as well. So keep an eye out for all the YouTubers and paranormal people putting all of our stuff out. All right, thank you guys, and have a great day. Bye.